Good. So we're going to move on to some questions from our readers. A lot of you guys have sent in stuff via Facebook and Twitter. Going to start off with a classic. So you've got a cup of coffee in your hand there, Devin.
Yeah.
Cassandra would like to know, how do you like your coffee?
Black.
Black as the night.
Yes, black as the night and relatively weak, like a cup of hot water with a brown crayon melted in it. In fact, this coffee, which I've had for several hours, as you can tell by the stains, is still 3/4 of the way full. It's not as much that I like to drink it. It's like I like to have it. You know, I like to just have a cup of coffee kicking around. In fact, after a certain point of the day, I think it's rather disgusting, and I'd rather have some sort of tea, right?
Yeah.
But in the morning and then on through the day, I just like to be able to like hold it. It's like a security blanket, right?
I'm all right as long as I've got my coffee.
Black and weak, yeah.
Amazing. And Michael Shimoka would like to know, do you still feel connection to your work in Strapping Young Lad?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a misconception about me with Strapping Young Lad that I've got an aversion towards it or that my reasons for not doing it now are based on some sort of like, drama about it. And I mean, I've had drama about my artistic process in the past, but, in listening to Strapping, it's still me. It's me. It's me in the same way that Key or the Hummer or Ghost is. It's just that time period, right? And as we discussed earlier, everything I do, I take it as far as I can possibly take it. On a record like Alien, for example, I took it so far that by the end of it, in the same manner that Epicloud went as far as it needed to go and Ziltoid goes as far as it needs to go, at the end of Alien, I was just like, oh, fuck, man. Like, now I got a headache. But it doesn't mean I wasn't satisfied with it. Alien was exactly what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But in order to take that where it needed to go, and that was the compulsion that I felt at the time, it needed to go to a place that at the time I was like, oh, shit, man. Like a record like Casualties, which I'm doing now, I'm thrilled that that's my compulsion because it's relaxing. What I mean? But there's times when I have a compulsion to do something where I'm like, oh, this is going to suck, right? But do I feel connected to Strapping? Of course. Yeah. It's just 23-year-old Dev,
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm 40-year-old Dev.
Same old banana, as you said.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I could grow my hair, though, if I wanted. It's not like I'm bald. I'm 40. Photoshop works a treat, though. I saw some picture of me the other day, and I was like, I don't look like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, talking of hair, a chap called Skin Mechanic got in touch.
Skin Mechanic.
Great name, Skin Mechanic.
Yeah, Skin Mechanic dinner.
And this is what he says. Devin, what did you do with your hair? And can I have it?
I saved it in a box, and no, because that's creepy. However, I figured that it would come in handy. So we're building a new Ziltoid. That sounds like a TV show unto itself. Building a new Ziltoid. But the Ziltoid theme, I love it. I saw the Dark Crystal when I was a kid, and Jim Henson's just, I love that stuff, right?
Yeah, I love that too.
But when I first did the Ziltoid record, it was a couple of things. It was an exercise in how to do it on a laptop, and the record's very like grassroots in terms of the music. But I realized in hindsight that a lot of what that first record was me illustrating this concept with music, that now I start reversing it and I start thinking, well, what I want to do in the future is make this elaborate Ziltoid project that essentially becomes like a TV show that interviews bands and people, right, that I can use the music to illustrate that character rather than the other way around, right? And so the hair, getting back to that, has been relegated to the new Ziltoid. Even on the old one, you'll see like these horrible dreads, right? But all my hair's in a box. And when this new Ziltoid comes into fruition and we're building it now with like 3-person animated eyes and the whole works, yeah, that's where it goes to. So no, you can't have my hair, Skin Mechanic. Brian.
Another delightful name here.
Yeah.
Fistmaster.
Fistmaster.
He's got a great question, actually. Will you be serving coffee during the interval on Saturday?
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. We should actually, what would be good is if we had cappuccinos with the Z logo in the
An idea is born.
Is it Fist Master?
It's the Fist Master.
Yeah. Well, see, that has several implications, right? And I'm choosing to think of it in terms of the manly one and not in the quasi-homoerotic, fist up the bum way. So, we'll go with that, Fist Master. I think of Fist of the North Star, crushing mountains with a single blow, as opposed to a lubricated leather glove. Right?
Guardian of the North.
Yeah. Guardian of the North. We need epic nicknames. What would you call yourself?
God.
God. All right, everybody, this is God here.
The King of Cunts.
King of Cunts. All right. And I will be King of the Wind, a.k.a. Cobra 2, or Charles Fuckbot.
Charles Fuckbot.
Yeah. Just, like a big wrestling belt. It's just Fuckbot. Yeah.
Get in the ring with me, baby.
Fuckbot. That's right. Serving Ziltoid-themed cappuccinos, in the interval between sets.
With a really camp voice.
Yeah.
Ooh, step into my ring now. Amazing.
Charles, you can call me Fuckbot, though.
Okay, moving on. Vic got in touch and asked if...
Rattlehead.
Vic Rattlehead.
Yes.
The one and only.
Indeed.
What do you think about doing a tour in India?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Have you played there before?
No. But I mean, it's like I've done a bunch of interviews with Indian press recently, and it's the first time I think that market has just recently opened up. I think Maiden was the first band that was there, right? And as a result of that, man, I mean, even just for like the part of me that's like never been to places, I can say, oh yeah, we played in India recently. Just drop it, in the middle of casual conversation. Yeah, how's your coffee there with the Z in there? Yeah, reminds me of this one time I was in India. Right? Oh, I'd love to, man.
Yeah,
of course.
Very cultured.
Yeah.
Lucas Bezian wants to know, what is your favourite pet?
My favorite pet?
I don't know if he means one that you actually own already or just a type of animal that you can call a pet.
Well, this is interesting. At one point, I would have very rapidly said cats, because I like the fact that the relationship with cats was conditional, in that if I didn't want a fuzzy little warm thing on my lap, I could boot it off, and it was arrogant enough to not take it personally.
Yeah.
It would just be like, all right, son of a bitch, I'll be back.
Yeah, feed me.
Yeah.
But,
It's okay. As soon as you die, I actually heard a statistic as well, that if you die and it's either a cat or a dog around you, the dog will wait till you are like rotting, and it knows it will die if it eats the flesh until it eats you. And the cat waits until you stop twitching, essentially, right? It's like, so that conditional relationship at one time I loved, and so I had cats all around me. Then we had kids, I just had no patience for it. And then all of a sudden I realized that the thing I didn't understand about dogs was what you see is what you get. And I always assumed there was an ulterior motive. So I'd look at a dog and be like, what are you thinking? The dog's like, what the fuck are you looking at me for, right? So now that I've run out of patience for those sort of conditional relationships, the head games that cats play, I really like dogs. But to be honest, I like animals in general because overwhelmingly there's no agenda. Whether or not I like to, subscribe one, it's like, well, that cat's thinking about something, He's a portal to an alien world, and he's staring at me through alien... No, it's like, no, he's just being a cat, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know any different.
Yeah, animals in general are cool, but I find my patience as a human being, as I get older, is just really, really stretched thin. And so a perfect scenario for me is no one and nothing.
Emptiness.
Darkness. Perfect void.
Oh, you're such an artist.
Yeah. Well, there's a viola soundtrack I get playing during these sort of moments, right? I get The Cure playing softly in the background, right? And stare wistfully out a rainy window. I'm an artist. Love is pain.
That's amazing. Next question. Johnny Agnes Bra wants to know...
Agnes Bra.
Agnes Bra.
Is that great. Agnes as in like Brazil or Agnes Bra?
Agnes Bra.
Okay.
I think Dr. Bounty Hunter style.
Doctor,
what's up, bra?
What's going, bra? Or is like new at the at Fields. It's the new Agnes Bra. It offers you absolutely wonderful feminine support.
He wants to know: do you like trains?
Yes. In fact, I've been obsessed with it since my grandpa died. No, it's well, it's true in a way. It's like my grandpa used to love trains, right?
Ah, right.
And when we were kids, we used to walk trains together. No, he died when he was 92. In fact, the greatest thing about the way he went out is awesome. He was 92 years old. He had a six-pack, and he was going to go take a dump or something, and he stood up to go, half-cocked, and died at 92. perfect way to go out.
Yeah,
you know?
holding beer.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's great. I'm going to take a dump. Gone. Right?
Bye-bye.
But yeah, no, I love trains as a result of my relationship with him and like all that sort of stuff. But I think the theme often comes up just because I like the momentum of that type of music and Casualties of cool, which is awkward to say. So I keep calling it Casualties and it may end up being called Casualties. No, it won't. Casualties are cool. I like the theme
like
of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really flow off the tongue, right?
Plus, you know, if you take the initial letters, cock.
Yeah, COC. It's like,
Cock.
this is blind, right? But, you know, a lot of that is like that sort of Johnny Cash, sort of mid-50s era sort of rock and roll. I love that style, man. Like, I think that I grew up between that and the Star Wars soundtrack, it was like, there's my youth, right? I love trains, yeah.
James Teager has got a very good question for you. How much masturbation can you fit in one day?
Oh, at 40? Dude, my tank is empty for 3 days, 4 days after one wank session, man. You know, it's true, man. When I was like 18, I would like jerk off like a proboscis monkey, right? And I'd be ready to go again an hour later.
Right.
Now it's like one traumatic, you know, like pitiful load, and then it's like 4 days of regret before I like start thinking about my wang again. How about you, man?
Moving on, Jack Pilbeam.
No, let's not move back on.
No.
Speaking of his pilly beans, let's talk more about masturbation. No,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
James Teager, please do email us in.
Yeah.
This came in on Twitter, so tweet us and let us know how many wanks you can fit in one day.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I just picture James Teagan in a dark room writing that. How many wanks can you fit in a day?
Love is pain.
I can do 8. Love is pain, bro.
Okay, what is your favourite food and drink to have before writing? Asks Jack Pilbeam.
If I had my druthers, would do very little else other than eat, masturbate once every 4 days, and play guitar, right? So food in general, I'm good with, man. Like, you know, if I'm in one of those frames of mind where I'm trying to be conscious of how I feel afterwards, I really like Japanese because it's light. But then, for the most part, man, it's like I like my food to be brown, salty, and plentiful.
And you're quite into spicy stuff, aren't you?
I was.
Hot sauce, I know that you put your name to.
Absolutely, but I found that, you know, my explosive diarrhea was in direct correlation with that habit.
Oh,
so
shit.
somebody said, you know, we were on tour and I was like crapping in a bag in a parking lot somewhere, and I was just like, I don't know, man. He's like, well, you're eating like napalm every day, dude. Why don't you just stop? I was like, no, that's not what the problem is. So I stopped. You know, I cut down on it, and all of a sudden I was having like perfectly cylindrical marbled poops, you know, once every morning, and I was just like, no shit. So I've tried to slow down on the spice. However, last night we went for a Balti, and it was napalm again.
Oh, well, you're back in England. It'd be rude not to.
I agree.
Alec Chillingworth, he's got a very serious question for you, Devin. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
How do you maintain such a smooth-looking head? Is
Really?
there any moisturiser involved?
You will notice, though, that I've got a cyst on the top of my head here. That was a result of... Oh, you can't really see, but it's in the right light. It's awesome, right? But it was, I think in 2000, I was in Sweden. We were doing a soil work record. And I was trying to plug in an XLR cable underneath the board. And someone called my name. I went, yes, and came up and smoked my head on the platform that held the roughly 50-pound speaker monitors. And since then, I've had this lovely cyst. So other than that cyst, my perfect pistachio-shaped head is maintained by a healthy endorsement of the Gillette Power Glide or whatever that thing is, right? Yeah.
Triple blade.
Quadruple.
Oh, right.
Okay, let's go for
one
5.
louder.
Yeah. Our blades go to 11. No, I shave it every now and then because if I don't, I get the Friar Tuck. You know, I can't deny I'm 40 anymore. Kind of hairdo starts growing in, right?
You could rock a little skull cap, like.
Totally. That actually be pretty good, right?
And then grow the curls down.
Oh my god!
Do you know what I mean? 3 albums down the line,
Totally.
I see that as a concept in itself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the Hasidic album, right? Yeah, I'm with it, man.
Awesome. There's so many good questions here.
Oh,
but
so many
I
good
guess
last names, too.
Here's a bit more of a serious one. Dean
Okay.
Matthews asked, what is the most promising band you have seen or played with over the last 10 years?
Promising?
Yeah.
Oh god. I don't know. We just played with Stolen Babies. They're really cool.
Stolen Babies, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're really cool. They had an accordion. You know,
It's different, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
have you seen them?
I haven't seen them live. No,
They're good. They're really good. And I mean, it's one of those kind of loaded questions, right? I'll go back 10 years ago, right? Like, what did we play with tennis? I don't know, man. In fact, somebody, the typical way is just like, all right, so for the last question in the interview, give me your 12 favorite records of 2012. I'm like, I haven't bought a record this year. So I keep going, well, you know, the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack? That, you know?
Yeah.
Something by Gillian Welch. I don't know. That's a question I'm skirting.
Okay.
Stolen Babies are great.
Stolen Babies, check them out.
Yeah.
Jacob Litchfield asks, which band do you prefer, Metallica or Megadeath?
Metallica. However, what was the Megadeth record with Hook and Mouth on it? Was that, I forget.
That was a while back.
But that song, Hook and Mouth, I preferred over all Metallica at the time. I loved Hook and Mouth. I thought it was awesome, right?
Right.
But the rest of Megadeth, it doesn't really do much for me, right?
Okay.
But I mean, I like it. It's just, there's some people, like I remember being with some of the Lamb of God guys, and they were talking about how influential, what was it, Countdown to Extinction or
that one, or Countdown to Extinction is
what was the one that had like
Rust in Peace.
Rust in Peace.
That is the classic.
Yeah. See, I missed it, right? Like it was like, and even Metallica for me, it's like I loved Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
But my connection to music is usually about parts. I'll be like, I love that band based on, like Hook and Mouth for Megadeth, or the part that comes right after the solo in the song Ride the Lightning. I remember at the time going, that's awesome.
That's
and Leper Messiah off of Master of Puppets. That was like the other song that I loved. Yeah. But, after that, I mean, I liked the Black Album to a certain extent, and, and I like, what was that one song off Saint Anger where he goes, kill, 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 kill. That was awesome too. But you know what? I think James Hetfield's killer. Like, just as a person, like all the interviews I read with him, he's unrepentantly him.
Definitely.
And same with Lars Ulrich. Through all the shit they get flung at him, man, they're still them. I think that's awesome, right? I think he's got a good head on his shoulder, to be honest.
Well, one last one. It's not even a question. Brian Harrower would like to say, no question, just thank you for all the amazing music. That's nice, Brian.
You're welcome, Brian.
But thank you for your time, Devin.
Really?
It's been ace, yeah?
Sweet.
We've got so many questions. I won't get a chance to ask them all.
Give me one more.
Okay.
I gotta pee too.
Do you want a funny one or a silly one or a serious artistic
The
question?
one in the middle of the page.
The one in the middle of the page. What is the album you are most proud of and why? Asks Jordan Turner.
The one that's not out yet because I'm not bored of it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks,
Rock
brother.
on, guys.
All right. Woo! Watch this.